So I've never played Uncharted. I've never played the video game, so I don't know how, like, shot for shot it was. Oh my god, that's so great. No, but in the opening scene of Uncharted is completely bullshit. Like, the wind current, any wind current that's going to drag you, right, from a plane that is going 500 miles an hour or whatever, it's going to pull that fucking necklace off your head. All right? It's just like flapping there, right? It's just like, oh, look, my necklace. Drawing attention to my necklace. That would be gone, all right? If you have a necklace that long and you bend down to pick some shit up, that shit will fall off if you've ever worn a necklace that long. You know that. And then he's like jumping from cargo net to cargo net, right? 10 feet between them. Like, what? It's completely absurd. It's dumb. It's really dumb. And then it cuts to 16 years earlier, right? Where there's like a 16-year-old looking Tom Holland, right? But Tom Holland looks 16 anyway. So he looks like a baby, but it looks like, I guess they're saying he's 10. So they're saying he's 25, but he looks 16. But it cuts to a 10-year-old Tom Holland, but this 10-year-old is clearly 15. And his, 23-year-old older brother, I don't know. And then it like blends into his face like, okay, well, this is what he looks like 16 years later. He looks like a different person the same age. It's just terrible casting. You can't have Tom Holland be Nathan Drake, man. I don't know shit about that game, but I know the character of Nathan Drake, like a dashing Star-Lord, like a Bradley Cooper. Hell, even a fucking Channing Tatum. The kid from Kingsman. Eggsy, right? Any one of those guys from Kingsman would have been a better choice. Any single one of them. And I'm not hating on Tom Holland. I like him as an actor, but a 35-year-old adventurer? Criminal? Nope. Nah. No. And then they open on this subway car, right? He's on this subway car that's obviously not a New York subway. And then it cuts to him being like this mixologist kind of bartender / pickpocket, right? So still don't buy Tom Holland as a bartender, all right? Don't even buy him as a busboy, all right? A bar back. He looks too young to be in that bar, all right? I mean, he might be 25 or whatever he is by now, but like, he don't look it. He don't look it. He should still be playing 18 to look younger. This is absurd. What are you guys doing? Obviously, Sony was like, oh, well, we got Tom Holland. Let's use him in stuff. But come on, man. Use him in good stuff that he's good for. This? No. He's not good for this. I mean, this is like casting Josh Brolin at 16 as King Lear. Right? He might have been the oldest kid in the class. Might have been the best actor. But it doesn't belong on Broadway. Then he's approached by Marky Mark about some Machu Picchu gold, and his brother's disappeared. But Tom Holland is butthurt that his brother hasn't been in touch, so he's like, nah. Then he goes back home, and then he puts on that necklace that would have totally been ripped off his neck by the wind current, but suspend your disbelief. And then he goes through this whole bunch of mess of postcards that he told the guy Marky Mark he didn't have, but apparently his brother has been in contact with him and sending him postcards with clues and all that noise. It's boring, dude. Like, Marky Mark is just whatever in this movie. I mean, Tom Holland is whatever. The girl's better than the leads. Both of the girls are better, but they're not in it enough to carry the movie. The movie is being carried by Tom Holland, who doesn't look old enough to play this character. If they wanted him to play this character, this is like literally James Dean and Giant. It's bad casting. It's terrible casting. He's too young to play a hella old man. It's terrible casting. And it's literally the same reason. Like, James Dean got that part in Giant because he was a contract player, and they were like, hey, let's put him in some shit. We don't care if he's too young. We'll put some makeup on him. And he still looks like a young guy in makeup. Trying to look old. I don't know. It's not good. Doesn't make me want to go play the video game. So it's not even a good commercial for the video game. What starts as a heist job for the duo becomes a globe-trotting white-knuckle race to reach the prize before the ruthless Santiago Moncada, who believes he and his family are the rightful heirs. If Nate and Sully can decipher the clues and solve one of the world's biggest mysteries, they stand to find $5 billion in treasure and perhaps even Nate's long-lost brother. But only if they can work together. That synopsis is trash. Brothers Sam and Nathan Drake are caught by the museum security trying to steal the first map made after the Magellan expedition. The orphanage that houses both boys kicks Sam out. Before he leaves, Sam promises to return to Nate and leaves him a ring with the description Sic Parvis Magna. 15 years later, Nate works as a bartender in New York City and pickpockets wealthy patrons. Marky Mark shows up, a fortune hunter who's worked with Sam tracking treasure hidden by the Magellan crew. It is boring. It's dumb. It's not Indiana Jones. It's not James Bond. It's not even the Kingsman. It's unbelievable. I don't buy Tom Holland as an orphan pickpocket that's good at bartending. Like, no, I don't know. This movie was boring. It's not good. Like, even that knockoff of the Old Guard is better than this. It's boring.